There's one thing that we have started forgetting about, and that is children deserve to organically fall into their life. They are not adults. They are not future adults. They are children. And that innocence is something they're born with. And they deserve to live in that as long as humanly possible before we all mess it up for them. Listen, I'm about diversity and inclusion, but not at the cost of making a child grow up too fast. Most adults can barely wrap their heads around LGBTQ, race, and politics. Imagine that immense pressure children must feel having to fall into that conversation because that's all we can talk about.
Wait a minute. That's the smartest thing I've ever heard anyone say about anything.
Whoa, what just happened? I thought this was woke TikTok fails, and here we have a white liberal woman who is also a member of the
LGBTQ2+.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Who's a member of that community who just went completely against the social justice narrative and said something that, for the most part, I think we can all get behind. What is happening? That's it. It's official. It's official. We are now living in Bizarro world. No question.
Who lives in the backwards Bizarro world? Up is down, down is up. He says hello when he leaves, goodbye when he arrives.
Yep, if you weren't sure before, you can be positive now. We're in Bizarro world. And I just have to say, it's great that this person actually is speaking out about this and recognizing that this stuff is being taught to young children, because you have these media pundits and Democratic politicians that are denying any of this stuff is being taught to young children. They say, oh, no teachers are talking about any, gay or trans issues with their young students. That's just a right-wing conspiracy theory. Really?
And I have the LGBT promotional, this is a safe community kind of stuff, the rainbow stuff all up in my room. And I told them, I'm like, if you look around the room, that should give you an answer to your question. So I did officially tell them. They, of course, went berserk. So instead of teaching social studies today, they just asked me a whole bunch of questions about being gay.
What the hell did you just say?
So instead of teaching social studies today, they just asked me a whole bunch of questions about being gay.
Wait, whoa! What the
So at no point did you think, well, students, this is not an appropriate discussion for the classroom. That's my personal life. So get out your social studies books and let's get to our lesson plan. Instead, I'm wondering how the conversation went. Yeah, students, me and my boyfriend this weekend, we went and bought a bunch of tubs of Crisco, some rubber sheets for the bed, and then... And listen, guys, I apologize for the language and the very explicit description I just gave, but that I don't see how else that conversation would have went. It's and if anybody ever says to you, teachers aren't talking about that stuff to children, people are just making that stuff up for political reasons, show them these videos. Show them that person that we just, that fifth grade teacher that was just talking about it. We have the proof. Anyway, we're back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're all having an amazing day. And yes, that first TikTok clip was great. That was amazing to see and hear. Now it's time to get back to our regularly scheduled programming of Woke TikTok Fails.
TikTok is degenerate trash. Correct.
Everything woke turns to shit, okay?
And that is a fact check true. Anyway, if you guys are wondering what's on the screen here, let me explain very briefly. Since the Roe versus Wade, the Supreme Court decision about possibly overturning the Roe versus Wade decision was leaked out just the other day, a lot of these she-hers said they are going on a sex strike. They said if these conservative Supreme Court justices are going to outlaw Roe versus Wade and get rid of abortions, we're all going on a sex strike. We have a small compilation of the she-hers that have made that claim.
you can't be serious.
Oh yeah, they're dead serious. So sorry, fellas, if you thought you were getting some from any of these lovely ladies that I just showed you. The sex strike is on. That's it. They're done. You're out of luck.
Did you guys see that? That's so disgusting.
Sorry, boys. All right. What do we have here? It says intentional weight loss is fat phobic. Roll the film.
So I figured that this question would probably come up sometime soon, just because of the video and the topics that I cover. But let's break this one down. So intentional weight loss, so you purposely saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, is fat phobic. And you might be like, what? Oh my goodness. I'm not trying to be fat phobic, but you are. You're being fat phobic to yourself. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? It's probably to fit into something smaller. It's probably so people treat you better. It's probably for all the reasons that fat folks are shamed simply for being fat. So by continuing to perpetuate that, right, seeking intentional weight loss, we are contributing to our fat phobic society. So that's why intentional weight loss is fat phobic.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a fucking idiot.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Oh my God. So this genius thinks that if you want to maybe lower your blood pressure, take some pressure off your joints and muscles, and by losing weight, just getting overall healthy, that you're fat phobic. Moving right along. And no video is complete without our teacher feature. Here is our teacher feature of the day. I think this might be our only one. Now, ask yourself, do you want this unhinged lunatic teaching your children? Roll the film.
My kids from last year are now in 5th grade, and they come visit me almost every day after school. And a lot of them are queer because I am queer, and they figured it out, and so I've become their safe space. And today they found my Guess Who, and they started playing Guess Who, but they didn't play it the normal way. How did they play it? They used things like, this person looks like a lesbian baddie who's gonna come over and make you dinner. Well, which one of these characters is a lesbian baddie that's gonna come over and make you dinner? Oh, Olivia is? Oh, great. Which character just looks gay? Well, meet Mike. These kids, I'm so happy that they are figuring out who they are and that they're happy with who they are and that they found a safe place. But man, I could never imagine being in 5th grade saying these things out loud, even though I know they're all okay. I grew up super religious where nothing was okay. And so seeing this happen, I'm like, but I'm also like, yay, but
Scary, gay, scary, gay, scary, gay. Stop!
Every part of this TikTok is just wrong. She said her students are queer because she is. Maybe they should use their parents as role models, not this unhinged teacher. And that's, she said that before she started having some sort of mental meltdown.
where nothing was okay. And so seeing this happen, I'm like, but I'm also like, yay, but
Are you off your fucking meds or something?
Clearly. I've said it a million times, but get your children out of public schools immediately. I know, easier said than done. I also know not all schools are like this, and there are a lot of great teachers out there. I know some of them watch this channel. Daryl's a great teacher in New York, for example. But if you're in a school district where your children go to schools and there are teachers like this, you gotta get them out of these schools. Let's keep it moving. All right, before we roll this next clip, I got to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. We are grateful to announce we have 2 sponsors for today's video. Today's video is being brought to us by, first, John D'Arcangelo. You know him, you love him. You will recognize him in the comments section as Fuca. John D'Arcangelo, thank you so much, sir. I greatly appreciate it. And John wanted to give a big shout out to the community here. John has been a member of this community for a while, sponsored several videos. And I just want to say, John, thank you so much for the continued love and support. Greatly appreciated. Our second sponsor of today's video, I'm going to read this directly. There's a little twist on this one. All right, so the second sponsor is coming from somebody that's been a member of the community for a while that's kind of switched things up a little bit. All right, it says, "Hi, Mike. Z would like to sponsor your next video. I speak on behalf of the fat activist, agender, non-binary, socialist, Marxist, anti-white teachers community. We really appreciate you promoting the work of our members. Zers are looking for additional support of non-conforming allies like you. So if you could link to our donation page to help in funding with the top and bottom surgeries of our elementary schoolers. By reaching out to your viewers, we can hopefully transition another class this coming summer before maturity begins to hit these preteens and or their parents find out. This will save us money on puberty blockers, which are increasingly hard to find in the fascist state of Florida. Sincerely, Brettina, formerly Brett Hall of Sydney, Australia." Jesus, Brett. All right, I'm sure you guys probably know that was a joke. So our second sponsor today is Brett Hall, Brett and Jeremy. Brett Hall has also sponsored several videos. Brett has a great channel on the YouTubes, which includes his podcast called Talkcast, which I will link in the description box below. Brett sent that to me, and I was reading it. I could not stop laughing. He said, "Man, if you can read this out loud." I had to read that. Brett, and the thing I love about that is Brett has the exact same sense of humor as I do, because I laughed the whole time I read that, the first several times I read it. So Brett, thank you so much for the laugh. That's amazing. That's word for word exactly how I would have written something like that. So John D'Arcangelo, you guys know him as Fuca, and Brett Hall coming all the way from Sydney, Australia with that hysterical message. Thank you guys for sponsoring today's video. If you would like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description box below. I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. What do we have here? I'm still a trans man even if I'm pregnant. Roll the film, please.
I'm a pregnant trans man, and I'm still a trans man, not a woman, even if I have a uterus. I'm still a trans man.
Say what?
I'm a pregnant trans man, and I'm still a trans man, not a woman, even if I have a uterus. I'm still a trans man.
That doesn't make sense.
And that's the point. It's not supposed to make sense. See, this person started out by saying, "I'm a pregnant trans man. Pronouns he, him, says I have a uterus, I'm pregnant, and I'm still a man." It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to confuse, demoralize, and divide society. That's it. It seems to be working. Moving right along. All right, guys, these next couple clips we're going to see is, as sad as this is, it's not only happening in the classrooms where they're teaching this. It's being taught right at home. Like the person in the very first clip said, let kids be kids. Don't push any of this gender ideology, gender theory stuff, or any of this racial stuff on children. Just let them be. Just let them be, and they'll figure it out as they get older. And then when they're old enough and they want to do this stuff and they want to be like this, hey, as long as it hasn't dumped down their throats, but... Oh, shut up. This sucks. So sad. Roll the film.
While I'm playing Barbies with my daughters, I teach them pronouns. This one is a she and a her. Or I got her this gender-neutral doll for her birthday, and we decided that it's non-binary, and it's they or them. They're also learning that their boy Barbies can wear dresses because dresses are okay for men and women.
Well, I don't know. It's really messed up. Super gay.
Oh my God, that's perfect. The gender-neutral doll that you got for her kids looks like a train wreck, just like in real life. She holds up the Barbie, and then here's the gender-neutral one. Perfect adaptation of real life, shown in the Barbies. Now, she said, the male Barbies wear dresses because in real life, men and women can wear dresses. These people don't understand that society can't function like that. Like, you have... there's gender roles. That's just how it goes. Now, if you're a man and you want to wear a dress, hey, that's your business by all means. It's the beauty of living in this country. But unfortunately, we see what's happening when society gets soft. So I'm going to shut up. Let's keep it moving. I know a lot of times when I'm rambling on, what I'm saying probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Unfortunately, I have to self-censor because that's where we're at, is on some of these platforms. I got to dance around what I really want to say, and sometimes it's not that easy, but that's the great thing about this amazing community here is that, for the most part, I think we're all on the same page, and you guys know exactly what I'm trying to get out that I can't put in the exact words I want to use, so thank you guys. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Become a member of this amazing community. In fact, it is the greatest community on the YouTubes, no question about it. Here's another one. Being taught at home. Raising leftist kids is wild. Roll the film.
So, because pronouns, those are all the pronouns, but you used they for those two sentences. Why did you use they?
Because how was I supposed to know if it was a they, them, a he, or a she?
You didn't feel like the name was a clue? No? Why not?
Because you always say nothing is a boy thing and nothing is a girl thing.
Nothing is a boy thing and nothing is a girl thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do I grade this paper?
I don't know.
I should give it an A because it's what I taught. That's what I taught you about being non-binary.
Yeah! Ha! That's it! Hold it right there! Pronoun trouble.
That poor child. Did you hear how confused that child was? That poor child is so confused because this...
Oh my God, look at that whale. I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book.
Okay. Enough. It's so frustrating because this poor child was so confused. You could hear it in her voice. The child was so confused. All because her mother wants to be a social justice warrior. That's it. Does it all in the cause of social justice.
Social justice warriors can kick rocks.
All right, next up, what do we have here? Oh, typical white people in black spaces. Oh, that look is just perfect. Roll it.
So let's talk about white people in black spaces. The other day I posted a video about my experience attending an HBCU, Tennessee State University, and how it was really an important part of my education to regularly be the only white person in a room. And someone in my comments asked me to talk more about that, and I could say so much about that. But I think this is a good place to start. One day I was talking to a faculty member when I was at TSU, and I made the comment about how valuable this education was to me and how valuable it was for me to experience being a minority. And she said, "Oh, darling," because we had a good relationship and she could call me "Oh, darling." She said, "Oh, darling, you have not experienced being a minority." And I kind of hem and hawed and I said, "Well, kind of. I mean, I kind of know what it is like. I come here every day." And that's where she stopped me. She said, "That's it, right there. You come here every day. And every day, you leave here. No matter how good-hearted and well-intentioned you might be, and I know you, Deb, I know that you are, you're kind of like a tourist going to an immersive experience at a museum."
Don't you get wacky on me. What the fuck are we talking about here?
It's just a big, giant virtue signal with these people. That's it. That's it. Once again, it's the typical white liberal woman, her age. They got like I said, the look perfect. The look perfect, and everything to them is about color, is about gender, is about pronoun. It's all the same thing. She's talking about being in a place where she was the only, or one of the only white people and felt like a minority. Of course she notices color. Listen, of quick story. I know I'm rambling on. When I was homeless, drug addict, strung out on the streets, I used to go to this thing called GA, government assistance, where you'd go into this building and you'd wait for vouchers to try to get a rent voucher, a food voucher, or a medication voucher, or something like that. And I just tried to get whatever vouchers I could because I was sucking off the system because I was a leech. I used to go into GA, government assistance, and I think they had 75 seat capacity. So if they let in the first 75, if you didn't make it for the day, you didn't make it. Every time I got in there, no joke, I was the one white person. Out of 75 people in there, there was 74 black people and one white person. That was me if I made it in, or whatever other people made it in that day if I wasn't there. That's how it was every time. It was a lot of like people from Africa, Somalia, the Congo, a lot of them people, a lot of, I don't know, immigrants, I guess, refugees have come to the state where I'm at. So I would be the only. I didn't care. I wasn't like, oh, I know what it's like to be a minority. I was just like, these people, they see color in everything. As I said, they see gender in everything. Downfall of society. Moving right along. All right, this one's going to be the last clip, so if you made it this far, give yourselves a round of applause, a pat on the back. You guys know I can't do this alone, so thank you so much for trudging ahead with me. And listen, if you're upset that I talked a little too much or rambled or the intro was too long or you didn't like me reading the sponsors of today's video or anything like that, listen, I have fun here. I love this community. I love this channel. I love making these videos. And sorry, but like, what would be the point if I just came on here and played TikTok videos? I mean, there's channels that do that you can go watch. So if you're offended, if that triggered you, someone in the last video was triggered that my hat was backwards and said, oh, I like the content, but with your hat backwards like that, I can't watch the videos any. If stuff like that triggers you, I mean, maybe this isn't the place for you. Anyway, so thank you guys so much. You guys are all amazing. So last clip here. Just another virtue signal. Some of these people, if they start saying things that make sense at first and then they just jump right to the nonsense, it just goes all out the window. For example, roll the film.
The world. The forced ethnic displacement of Palestinians by Israel. Military.
Sorry, let's start that at the beginning. Roll the film again.
Pay attention to what's happening all over the world. The forced ethnic displacement of Palestinians by Israel. Military coup in Myanmar. The COVID crisis in India. And police violence and state-sanctioned violence in Colombia. These are all linked to imperialism, capitalism, and white supremacy. In the US, police killings of black and brown folks, the climate crisis, anti-immigrant sentiment, anti-Asian violence, mass shootings, the killings of black and brown trans women, the housing crisis, and oil pipelines through sacred indigenous land, all of it. The fight against white supremacy, capitalism, and imperialism in front of us is linked to a global movement to get everyone free. Make the linkages, make the connections, dismantle all of it, all of us together.
Blah, 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 blah!
That's racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
So whatever this young man started off saying, as soon as he went to capitalism and white supremacy, he lost me. He lost me. Not once did this person say, well, the biggest danger, the biggest threat to young black males is other black males. I mean, that's not a racist statement at all. That's just an FBI statistic. I'm not making that up. And a lot of people, go listen to Anthony Brian Logan, ABL, or B. Tatum, or, you know, any of those people. They'll tell you that too. It's not just me. And police officers get shot far more times from people in that community than the other way around. So it's I don't know. It's just a virtue signal. I feel bad for these people. This young man is lost. I mean, I couldn't even listen to the rest of what he was saying. He may have had a point somewhere in there. I don't know. Keep it moving. All right, guys, that's enough. That is about all I can stand, and I can't stand anymore. So, I mean, clearly things are getting crazy out there. So just take care of yourselves. Everybody, you guys enjoy your weekend. And remember, we're simply here to expose these unhealthy and destructive lifestyles that these people are pushing down our throats, pushing down our children's throats. For example,
vegetable. Eat broccoli.
Now remember, a lesson of today's video, one of the many lessons is you can't tell this person that is an unhealthy diet or you're a fat phobe. Anyway, love you guys. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Peace.